Hey, imagine you're getting ready for a weekend on the lake and you're staring at that shiny new fish finder on the rack, wondering if it's really worth the cash. I've been in that spot countless times trying to decide whether the gadget will actually make a difference, or just sit there gathering dust. The thing is, every time you drop a few $100 on a chart plotter, you're betting on the promise that it will give you more bites and fewer headaches. If you've ever bought a device that sounded great on paper, but turned out to be a hassle when you actually needed it, you'll get why I'm taking a moment to break this down before you click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the Lowrance HDS PR09 isn't just another 9-inch screen. It's built around Lowrance's SolarMax HD display, which claims to keep the image bright even under direct sun. In my tests on a midsummer day on Lake Erie, the screen stayed clear enough to read depth numbers without squinting, which is a real plus when you're trying to spot a school at the surface. The unit also ships with Map Discover OnBoard charts loaded, so you get detailed hydrography right out of the box. No need to download a ton of files before you head out. That feature alone can shave minutes off your prep time and helps you avoid running aground in shallow spots that aren't marked on generic maps. Now, who really needs this level of integration? If you're a serious angler who spends a full weekend on the water, or you're a boat captain who navigates unfamiliar waters regularly, the HDS PR09 gives you a solid blend of sonar depth and navigation in one place. The ActiveTarget 2 and 2XL live sonar capability will let you see fish moving in real time, and the Active Imaging HD sonar adds a level of detail that can differentiate a single fish from a school of baitfish. For a family that likes to fish together and wants a device that keeps the kids entertained while still providing usable data, the touch interface is intuitive enough that everyone can learn it quickly. On the flip side, if you're the kind of fisherman who only does a quick early morning run on a small lake, or you already have a basic depth finder that does the job, the extra horsepower and charting might feel like overkill. The unit doesn't come with a transducer, so you'll need to buy that separately, which adds to the overall cost. That's something a lot of buyers miss the first time they look at the price tag. What you see on the screen is only part of the puzzle. If you already own a transducer that's compatible with older Lowrance units, you should double-check that it'll pair with the HDS PR09, otherwise you risk ordering an extra piece you never use. Let's talk about practicality. Setting up the HDS PR09 is straightforward if you have a basic understanding of wiring a marine electronics system. The mounting hardware is included, and the unit snaps onto a standard dash with a few screws. However, the catch I noticed is the power draw. Because it's a high-resolution touchscreen with active sonar turned on, it can sap a good chunk of your boat's battery if you're not careful. A friend of mine, who runs a modest 12-volt system, ended up needing a battery monitor after a day of heavy sonar use. So, if your boat's electrical system is already close to its limits, you'll want to invest in a deeper cycle battery, or keep the sonar off when you're just cruising. Another everyday scenario: navigating a shallow river at night. The built-in FishReveal with Sidescan can help you see structures and fish habitats on either side of the boat, even in low-light conditions. I tried it on the Brandywine River after sunset, and the Sidescan painted a surprisingly clear picture of submerged logs and shallow banks, exactly the kind of detail you need to avoid a snag. That capability is a clear winner for anyone who fishes in variable light or wants to explore new spots after dark. But the HDS PR09 isn't a miracle worker. It won't guarantee you a record-size base just because the screen shows a nice target. The sonar can sometimes pick up debris or bubbles as fish, especially when you're using the Sidescan in choppy water. You'll need to learn how to interpret the returns, which is a skill you develop over time. In other words, the tech is a tool, not a substitute for knowledge of fish behavior and water patterns. If you're wrestling with the decision because you're watching other anglers post videos of massive hauls, think about the hidden trade-offs. The unit's 9-inch display is a great size for seeing detail, but it does mean you're looking at a single screen while also handling your rod and reel. Some people prefer a smaller, secondary display that can stay out of the line of sight, which this